Hola, 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 amigos. Welcome to the episode about Ricky Martin at the Super Bowl. So I am ecstatic of the fact that Ricky Martin was at the Super Bowl and was a guest for Bad Bunny. Here's the thing. I grew up listening to him when he was in the group Menudo. He actually wasn't my favorite. I had another favorite, and I won't disclose who that is. And I used to sneak to my aunt's poster. So, tía María, perdóname, pero yo le daba yo beso al poster. So, I did used to sneak up to her bed, up in the top bunk, and she had posters of Menudo, and I would like kiss them up there. So, welcome to Latina Mic Drop Podcast, the human first podcast. Because, yeah, AI is here, technology is here, but here we're going to talk to the human, about the human, and what is human first leadership. Because we're all human. I think people forget that. Filled with emotions, heart, sensitivities, triggers, experiences, traumas, and all the above, surroundings, circumstances, all kinds of things. And we're going to talk about it here. So I went over the weekend and I sat with my mom. And why is it relevant to Ricky Martin? Because I am not accepted by my mom in my LGBTQ plus identity. She doesn't understand it. She doesn't get it. She doesn't want to be an alcahueta. She doesn't want to stamp something that to her is wrong. She has a difference of opinion. And I can only imagine, because for me, at this point in 2026, in modern day eras, it's hard for me to still have to deal with that and still have people that don't accept me and don't accept others like me and can't understand who I am, how I live, what's important to me, my morals and values. So I can only imagine what it was like for Ricky Martin. And Ricky Martin is such an icon. I mean, when he was singing La Vida Loca, like, girl, I was dancing my ass off in the living room because I did not miss any Grammys or any music awards, anything. He is iconic. And my mother-in-law, who has since passed away, that was her favorite. She loved Ricky Martin. She loved Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin was her absolute favorite. And he's a Puerto Rican icon. And imagine just to think about it, right? And I'm not gonna speak for any of them, but just to think about it, they had to cross over in that time to American culture by singing in English. And now for him to come back in 2026 and be a guest of Bad Bunny and to sing in Spanish is incredible. He is absolutely a person who has opened the door for so many other Latinos. And there's so many other people too that have done the same. But just thinking about him representing an LGBTQ plus person, that to me is immense because I want to see celebrities who are making it. I want to see who people like me are out there doing their thing and are being accepted. I don't have it from my mom per se. She still loves me and she still talks to me and she still wants to have a relationship with me, but she just won't accept that one identity and that one piece. And it's hard sometimes. Like, I had to struggle back in the day thinking that I was broken and struggle with the fact that I was sick, struggle with the fact that, my mom would tell me things like, that's why your daughter is sick, or that's why this is happening to you, because you're not a good person. You're not doing a good thing. So you grow up thinking that you're broken. And I was already an adult when, I've been with my wife for 20 years now. So it's been something that's been a part of my life, but I never really accepted it. I can only imagine what this must have felt like for him and what this must have felt like for somebody to be able to come full circle and actually see Bad Bunny bring a show and our culture into the American biggest stage of the Super Bowl. I mean, they were calling it El Supertazón, and that was so funny. I love that name, Supertazón. And I was just thinking, wow, like this is just one of the most amazing things. And I think I'm still processing because it takes me time to process things, but I definitely understood the magnitude of what was happening, the magnitude of being able to speak in Spanish. I mean, I grew up where we did not talk Spanish outside of the house. Like people were not nice to you. They thought less than of you if you did speak Spanish. That was the way. That was what was happening to you. Like if they knew you spoke Spanish, and our Latino people that knew us, if we spoke English, they thought more of us. So they automatically assumed we had so much money. They automatically assumed so much, right? Because you made it in the United States. And so that to me is just so crazy how people think we've made it. And in reality, like a lot of us were still struggling. A lot of us were still surviving. A lot of us were still trying to make ends meet. But the fact that we were living here on this side, people thought way more and that we had so much more, which in reality we do. In reality, we do, because there's plenty of opportunity if you go ahead and look for it and seek it and try to find it for yourself. You can find opportunity, and I am definitely an example of it, just like so many other people are too. I was watching the videos of so many women who were crying their eyes out watching Ricky Martin sing at the Super Bowl, and I can only imagine the shift in how deep this is a cultural phenomenon for us. And we obviously sometimes can't see the ripple effect of it. But for me to be able to sit there with my kids in their 20s and their partners and my granddaughter who's 7 years old, for her to be dancing in the living room and enjoying a Spanish Latino cultural moment is unexpected. I had never seen it before. It was something that we hadn't experienced yet. And yeah, we've had other Latinos participate at the Super Bowl, but they were all singing in English. And I really was upset at the fact that some other people didn't even want to listen to it, or just because they didn't understand it, they just chose not to partake in it and not actually listen. I was pretty pissed off with the people that did that. I felt really rejected. Not because I'm mad at them for choosing what they want to choose, they have their opinions, but I felt rejected by them not wanting to listen to it. How did you feel? And I continuously feel that way because myself, had to come to this country as a kid. I didn't choose to be here. My parents brought me here, and I learned two languages. I speak Spanish and English. And my parents had to adjust, and my grandparents had to adjust. My aunts and uncles had to adjust to speaking English, and they had no choice. They had absolutely no choice but to speak English and learn the language. And here, people have options and just aren't open to it at all. That closed mindset really drives me crazy. I can't stand it, to the point that I was feeling really, really rejected. And I really wish I could have had a deeper conversation with this person that said, oh no, I didn't watch any of that stuff. I was more interested in the game. And I really wanted to ask him, like, why aren't you open to it? But I didn't get into it. And if anybody wants to tell me why, I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess I can find out why. There's a whole bunch of reasons why. But I thought it was just amazing to be able to see our culture. And I just keep rolling back, when Bad Bunny says, "Ama sin miedo." And that is just truly something us LGBTQ plus people have had to. I'm like getting emotional here because I'm trying to keep it together. And I wish it was that easy for us to amar sin miedo, to love without fear. I wish it was that easy, but it wasn't always this way. And there's plenty of spaces where it's not okay. So it's not all right. And being able to see so many people love Ricky Martin, and all the videos and all the TikToks of all the señoras who are loving him and who are enjoying him, and even everything else that was shown, right? It was like inclusive of all of us, which is amazing to me because I have felt othered, and I have felt like I don't belong, and I have felt like I was not okay, and I have felt all these things. And so being able to feel that you are loved and that you can love, and even it takes time to love yourself. I was watching a podcast today, and I resonated a lot with him because he was talking about how when he was young, right, he was like, no, like, I don't want that. You can't grow up with that. Or, no, that's not me. That's not what I am. And I think I was rejecting myself for a very long time. And now we're just allowed to just be, which is incredible. And even though there's still people who are still trying to go against it and still trying to make things go backwards and not provide us the liberties that we have today, or to take them away, it's still important to be able to see yourself on TV and on screen. I saw the hug he had with him, Ricky Martin, with Bad Bunny after the show, and Toñita. And that was just amazing to be able to see that. And it's just incredible where we're at. And we won't see the ripple effect quite yet of where this goes, because now the door, like Bunny kicks that door through after he falls into the living room, the door is open now. So now it's open season. Now they can't close that back. And it's truly, truly going to be so different. And Latinos, stand up. Latinos, get ready. Join. It's time. A lot of people are saying es tiempo, right? And it really is amazing. And I used to think like I can't make it, or I won't make it, or I'm alone. Now I don't feel like that so much. And now, ever since I've been able to accept my LGBTQ plus identity, I'm way unstoppable and fierce, and feel nothing can hold me back, regardless of who accepts or doesn't accept. I mean, to the point where I could not do this before. I could not sit down and talk about it. I could not go out to eat with my mom because I could not understand why she couldn't accept me. And now I can, because regardless of what she thinks, and regardless of her approval or not, or lack thereof, I am okay and I am me. And I want you to have the same. I want you to have the same. So thank you for listening to Latina Mic Drop. I'm your girl, Miriam Simon. And hey, if you like this episode, share it. Let somebody else know about it. Let's chat about it. If you're interested, I am a publisher. You can publish your autobiography, professional development, business book. I have the Sin Miedo authority score that you can take to see, are you in survival still? Are you integrated? Are you hiding a part of you? Some of us don't realize we are, because we've been conditioned to think these things, and we've been just going through life. So I created this assessment so that you can check it out and you can find out where you are. And of course, to have a path to integration, to becoming an undivided person, because who wants to live divided? I sure as hell don't. It was really hard. It was scary. I was running and hiding from everybody and everything. And I felt like I couldn't accomplish anything. I was showing up, but it was super hard. And now I don't have to do any of that. So take the score. If you missed it, you can get the VIP pass for the Love Your Voice Summit for podcasters, want to be podcasting, and anybody who really is looking to own their voice. It's $55. I'll put the link in the notes. Rising Boldly is coming up this Saturday, February 21st. I am excited to report it is sold out. So you are definitely going to have FOMO if you didn't show up and you didn't register for it. But I'm thinking I'm going to record my session. And then if people want to watch it afterwards, I'll share it with you all on my YouTube channel. So see you all on the flip side. Take care.